बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। Although this slide was shown to you in the first video, but I thought it pertinent that once again we can also discuss it, so that the marks distribution must not be away from our eyes, so that we must be in picture how to manage our paper. So 32 marks in total are allocated from this textbook, in which first question, that is from objective question, that in which synonyms will be asked and against which 5 marks are given to you. In the second one, spellings are to be checked, and the examiner wants to check how much grip you are having on spellings. On the third number, examiner once again will check your grip over the grammar, and your all the parts of speech and rest, the tenses, like all these things, these will be checked there. And the next is English to Urdu translation, in which a paragraph of 3 to 5 lines will be given to you, and you will translate that in Ba Muhavara Urdu, and 8 marks will be given to you. And last but not the least, that is questions and answers. 7 questions will be given in this, and 5 questions are to be answered, and against which you will be given 10 marks. So in total that becomes 32 marks. So lesson number 1, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, an embodiment of justice, embodiment, packer, चलती फिरती मिसाल, living example, इंसाफ की एक living example. That's our chapter. So 2 pages we have already covered. Let's go for the third one. So the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was advising Hazrat Ali रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हु, if 2 men come to you for judgment, अगर 2 अफराद आपके पास आए फैसले के लिए, for judgment means for decision in their dispute, never decide in favor of one, कभी भी एक के हक में फैसला न करें without hearing the arguments of the other. Arguments means logics, reasons. दूसरे के दलाइल सुने बगैर कभी भी एक की हिमायत में फैसला न करें. इट इज़ द मोस्ट लाइकली, मुनासिब होगा ये, लाइकली मीन्स पॉसिबल, रीजनेबल, दैट यू विल नो द ट्रूथ, कि आपको सच्चाई का पता चल जाए. हज़रत मुआविया रज़ी अल्लाह तआला अन्हु रिपोर्टेड अल्लाह रसूल सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम सेइंग, हज़रत मुआविया रज़ी अल्लाह तआला अन्हु ने रिवायत की है कि अल्लाह के रसूल सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया, एनी रूलर और जज, कोई भी हुक्मरान या मुनसिफ, काजी, who closes his door on the poor, the needy and the destitute. Destitute means deprived, महरूम. कोई भी ऐसा काजी जो अपने दरवाजे को गरीब, ज़रूरतमंद और मोहताज के लिए, महरूम के लिए बंद करता है, his door on him. Allah closes his door on him, Allah closes his door on him. अल्लाह भी अपना दरवाज़ा उस पर बंद कर लेता है, when he becomes needy and destitute, जब वो काजी भी जब ज़रूरतमंद और मोहताज होता है. Number 7, when हज़रत मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम was on his death bed, जब हज़रत मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम अपने विसाल के करीब थे, he proclaimed, proclaim means to announce publicly, उन्होंने ऐलान करवाया, if I owed something to anyone, अगर मैंने किसी का लोन देना हो, अगर मैंने किसी का कर्ज देना हो, वो द मनी टू गिव इट बैक विच इज टेकन एज अ लोन। इफ आई ओड समथिंग टू एनीवन, अगर मैंने किसी का कर्ज देना हो, और इफ आई रॉन्ग्ड एनी पर्सन, या मैंने किसी के साथ मिसबिहेव किया हो, या मैंने किसी के साथ ज्यादती की हो, और डैमेज एनीवन्स प्रॉपर्टी और ऑनर, या मैंने किसी की जायदाद और इज्जत को नुकसान पहुंचाया हो, माई पर्सन, मैं ज़ाती तौर पर, माई ऑनर, मेरी इज्जत, एंड माई प्रॉपर्टी, और मेरी जायदाद भी, आर हियर, सब कुछ यहाँ मौजूद है। ही मे टेक रिवेंज ऑन मी इन दिस वर्ल्ड, वो इसी दुनिया में मुझसे बदला ले सकता है। आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने, जब आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम विसाल के करीब थे, उन्होंने ऐलान करवाया कि अगर मैंने किसी का कर्ज देना हो, मैंने किसी के साथ ज़्यादती की हो, या मैंने किसी की जायदाद या उसकी इज़्ज़त को नुकसान पहुंचाया हो, मैं खुद, मेरी इज़्ज़त, मेरी जायदाद, सब कुछ जहाँ पे है, वो इसी दुनिया में उसका बदला ले सकता है। देयर वॉज कंप्लीट साइलेंस, मुकम्मल तौर पे खामोशी छा गई। ओनली वन पर्सन डिमांडेड अ फ्यू दिरहम्स व्हिच वर पेड टू हिम, चंद दिरहम का उसने तकाजा किया, एक शख्स ने तकाजा किया जो उसको अदा कर दिए गए। Now the question in box that is there, what does the word proclaimed mean? Proclaim means to announce something publicly. And last paragraph, that's the summary of all this chapter. Allah's Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam proved by his own example. अल्लाह के रसूल सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने अपनी मिसाल से साबित किया that no one could be more firm for justice than him. कोई भी बंदा, firm means determined, यकसू, कोई भी बंदा इंसाफ के मामले में उनसे ज़्यादा यकसू नहीं हो सकता। even if it was against his own interest, चाहे ये उनके अपने खिलाफ, अपने मफादात के, अपने मफाद के खिलाफ जाता हो, फ़ायदे के खिलाफ जाता हो, और द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ दोज, या उन लोगों के फ़ायदे के खिलाफ जाता हो, who were near and dear to him, जो उनके करीबी रिश्तेदार थे। he decided every case brought to him, जो भी उनके पास मुकदमा लाया जाता, बाय फ्रेंड और फो, दुश्मन या दोस्त, जो भी कोई मुकदमा आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के पास लाता, तो वो इंसाफ के साथ, विद जस्टिस, इंसाफ के साथ उसका फैसला फरमाते, विदाउट फियर और फेवर, बगैर किसी खौफ के और बगैर किसी रियायत के। अ पर्सन ऑफ सच मैग्नीट्यूड मीन्स इम्पोर्टेंस, कदोकामत, इतनी बड़ी कदोकामत की शख्सियत, ट्रांसेंड्स, बालातर होती है, इज फ्री फ्रॉम दैट वन, फ्री फ्रॉम द बैरियर्स ऑफ टाइम एंड स्पेस, वो वक्त और जगह की कैद से, रुकावटों से आज़ाद होती है, बालातर होती है। पीपल ऑफ ऑल एजेस कैन फाइंड समथिंग इन हिज लाइफ, तमाम अदवार, तमाम ज़मानों के लोग उनकी ज़िंदगी में कुछ न कुछ उन्हें मिलता है। टू प्रोवाइड दम विद गाइडेंस, जिससे उन्हें हिदायत मिलती है, इन देयर वेरियस फील्ड्स ऑफ एक्टिविटी, उनकी सरगर्मी के मुख्तलिफ मैदानों में उन्हें हिदायत मिलती है। तो होली कुरान क्लियरली मेंशन दिस एस्पेक्ट ऑफ हिज लाइफ, उनकी ज़िंदगी के इस पहलू के बारे में कुरान मजीद बहुत साफ अंदाज में बयान करता है। इंडीड इन द रसूल ऑफ अल्लाह मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, बेशक हकीकत में, इंडीड मीन्स इन रियल, इन द रसूल सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की ज़िंदगी में, यू हैव अ गुड एग्जाम्पल, आपके पास एक अच्छी मिसाल मौजूद है, टू फॉलो फॉर हिम, टू फॉलो, इत्तिबा के लिए, इत्तिबा के लिए एक अच्छी मिसाल मौजूद है। हु होप्स फॉर द मीटिंग विद अल्लाह, जो अल्लाह से मुलाकात की उम्मीद रखता हो, एंड द लास्ट डे, और आखिरी दिन के बारे में, क़यामत वाले दिन के बारे में, एंड रिमेंबर्स अल्लाह मच, और वो अल्लाह को बहुत ज़्यादा याद करता है। सो इंडीड इन द रसूल ऑफ अल्लाह मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, यू हैव अ गुड एग्जाम्पल टू फॉलो फॉर हिम हु होप्स फॉर द मीटिंग विद अल्लाह the last day and remembers Allah much। बेशक रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की ज़िंदगी में एक मुकम्मल एक अच्छी मिसाल मौजूद है इत्तिबा के लिए उन लोगों के लिए जो उम्मीद रखते हैं अल्लाह से मुलाकात की और क़यामत वाले दिन की और अल्लाह को बहुत याद करते हैं. Now till now we have discussed. Now look that in 6, 7 and 8. In 6 we have got the examples that he gave the advice to different people, to Hazrat Ali, to Hazrat Muawiyah. Then his own example that when he was about to die, that time he has also proclaimed publicly something. Then in the last we have got the summary, and also in the light of the verse of the Holy Quran we have also come to know that Allah Almighty Himself said and told all the Muslim Ummah that in the life of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam we have a complete example. So the difficult words, whatever the difficult words are found in on this page, let's go for the next slide, and also we will see the synonyms and the meanings in Urdu in that slide. The first one, judgment, decision, faisla. Arguments. Arguments means logics, dalil. Then is destitute. Destitute means deprived, mahroom. Proclaim means announce and ऐलान करना. And owe, किसी का मकरूज होना. Have to give some amount back. कर्ज देना, अगर मैंने किसी का कर्ज देना हो. Wrong. Wrong means गलत. अगर मैंने किसी के साथ wrong किया हो, misbehave किया हो, ज़्यादती की हो. Firm, yaksu, definite, resolute, yaksu. Foe means enemy, दुश्मन. Then is magnitude, significance, importance, कद्दो कामत, इतने बड़े हुज्जम की शख्सियत. Transcend, exceed करना, बालातर होना. The last one, that is barriers, and that is obstacles or रुकावट. Till now that was the translation part, and let's go for the exercise now. So in glossary, all the words which have the synonyms here we have already covered in our slides. I think there is no need to waste the time over that one. And in vocabulary, only new word that is there, that is eternal, and although this eternal word is not in the book in this chapter, and rest all the words we have already covered, you can check it later on. But for B, choose the appropriate synonyms of the following words, and we can once again discuss, because from examination point of view these are very important. Equitable. Equitable means fair, just and equal. Although fair and just, the both are very close, but I think just is much better for equitable. Number 2, ancestor. Already we have discussed that goes for Abba Ajdad, so forefather is the best one. And let's go for the next slide. Number 3, foe. We have already discussed this. It means enemy, dushman. Number 4, firm. Firm means expansive, powerful, persistent. Firm means yaksu, determined, resolute. And expansive and powerful, these are not close to it. And persistent means the person who goes with determination on some object. So it means that persistent is a better synonym for that one. Number 5, glorious. Glorious means having glory, बहुत अजीम उशान. Lustrous होता है, that is shining. So luster, that is shining, so it doesn't go for it. Then is splendid. Splendid means shandar. And fabulous means that is close to fables. Fables means unbelievable type of story. So only one option that can be, that is splendid. And number C portion is that give meanings of the following phrasal verbs and use these phrasal verbs in sentences. Although this sentence making question is not included in your paper, but although this question that is from 9th class, but also for the sake of knowledge we can do it. Guilty of. Guilty of. Guilty of means गुनाहगार होना, मुर्तकिब होना. And the woman, the Qurayshi woman, was found guilty of stealing. Belong to. Belong to means तल्लक होना. I belong to a respectable family. Exchange for, के बदले में, please give me that pen in exchange for this book. In accordance with, के मुताबिक, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam decided all the cases of Jews in accordance with their respective set of laws. Now, after reading comprehension, that is there, and in A, analyze the pattern of the text organization and choose the correct option. In paragraph 1, if you remember, paragraph 1, dash details of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam's characteristics are given. General details of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam are given. Number 2, the key idea of paragraph 2 is that. Number 2 paragraph was given in which three options are there. Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a great orator. Was a great orator. Orator means speaker. So we haven't got the mention of his oratory. Number 2, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the just head of the state. In second paragraph, I don't think that we have discussed about his being head of the state. So number 3 is Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was just and fair even before his nubuwwat. Because in the second paragraph we have studied about the incident of Hijri Aswad. So I think third option, that is better. Number 3, examples. I'm sorry boys, actually I couldn't switch it off. My mobile was ringing. That's why you had to wait. Anyway, number 3 is examples given in paragraph 3 and 4 show that Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was just head of the state. Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a simple man. Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was fair in his dealing. I think third option is better, that is C. Let's go further. Number C, answer the following questions. Although boys, you will have your notes of the school, but that will be only possible once you are coming in the school. So till then you'll have to wait for it, and generally we can discuss for the sake of our knowledge, although we have learned all this lesson. So generally we can discuss the answer. How can people achieve perfection in the moral, spiritual and social areas of life? Half of the answer that is always present. Half of the answer that is always present in the question. Like people can achieve. How will be removed? People can achieve perfection in the moral, spiritual and social areas of life by following the great example of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Number 2, how did the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam set high and noble ideals for all mankind? The Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam set high and noble ideals for all mankind through his practical example in every field of life. Number 3, how were people of Makkah convinced of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam's justice even before his nubuwwat? We have studied about his Makki life in this chapter, and the people of Makkah were convinced of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam's justice even before his nubuwwat, because he gave the most equitable plan for the setting of black stone in its proper place in Kaaba. So in this way the people of Makkah were convinced. Number 4, what standards of justice did the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam practice as head of the state of Medina? As head of the state of Medina, the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam practiced very beautiful examples. He decided all the cases on merit, and irrespective of the color, creed and race. Also he gave superb type of decisions even in the cases of the Jews, because they themselves also brought their cases and he decided their cases in accordance with their respective set of laws. Number 5, what made the non-Muslims bring their suits to the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The non-Muslims brought their suits to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was well known for his justice, and he always decided their cases in accordance with their respective set of laws. The last one, how does the Holy Quran describe the personality of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The Holy Quran has described the personality of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a very beautiful way, and Allah Almighty says, indeed, in the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the person who loves Allah Almighty, and also who hopes for the day of the judgment, and also who remembers Allah much, he has a perfect example in the life of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So till now it was the comprehension. Now let's jump for the next, grammar. And we have already discussed that 5 marks are allocated for grammar portion, and in which today we are going to study 2 kinds of nouns. The first one is concrete noun, the second one is abstract noun. Concrete noun is the noun that has physical shape, that has its body, that has its existence. Like here we can observe in the example that father is underlined, then son is also underlined. So the both are concrete noun, whereas quite oppositely, abstract noun is, as it is clear from its name, that it doesn't have its physical shape. It can be felt, but it cannot be seen, it cannot be touched. So look at the example, acuity and justice. The both are abstract nouns. So the underlined words are abstract nouns as they refer to ideas, qualities and states. So let's go for the examples. First example is, out of which there are 2 words which are underlined. She puts much effort into her studies as she wants to score good marks. Effort and studies. The both don't have physical shape, so these can be abstract nouns. So let's go for the next slide. The second sentence is, they recommended him for his justice and truthfulness. Justice and truthfulness, the both are abstract nouns. Now number 3 is, keep the balls in that basket. Balls and basket, the both have its shape, so these are concrete nouns. Number 4, the dishonest trader. Trader is a man, so it is a concrete noun. Is losing the trust. Trust is abstract noun, and customers is of course concrete noun. The last one, he didn't take good care of his pet. Care is abstract noun, whereas pet is concrete noun. Next is B, under which we are going to learn about the use of the articles. Already you are in picture, you have studied in your 9th class that article has 2 kinds. The first one is A and N, and the second one is D. A and N, that is called indefinite article, and D is called definite article. When something is indefinite, then you use A or N, and when something, if you want to make something definite or certain, then you use D. For example, if you say that I met a doctor in the park, I met a doctor, it's indefinite doctor. You don't know about him, he was a doctor, any doctor he can be, but he talked about park and he has used the. It means that the listener knows that it is a specific park. It can be race course park, like that. So when you want to make something definite, you can use it. You can use definite article, and if there is something indefinite, then A and N is used. And N is used when the noun is starting with A, E, I, O, U sounds. So then you use N. With all the consonant sounds, we use A. So let's go for it. And also one thing more that's also important. The third option is there, that if there is no need of any article in these sentences, you can also skip that. He asked me a very hard question. No need of any article here. Number 2, question that he asked me was easy. Khas question, specific, definite question, the question. Number 3, have you seen my scarf? Have you seen my scarf? It sounds good. No need of any article here. Number 4, could you please pass me dash salt? The salt which is lying on the table in front of you. Number 5, is there good restaurant around here? No need of any article here. Number 6, Restaurant that my friend owns is very good. The restaurant, वो specific restaurant है, that is that my friend owns is very good. Number 7, I have several good friends. No need of any article here. Number 8, the UAE, the USA is a very beautiful country. Number 8, I will see you in a week. Number 10, I am on vacation until Monday. No need of any article here. So this is now noun phrase. Noun phrase, phrase and clause we have already discussed in 9th as well. That phrase is a group of words that doesn't have verb in it. But quite oppositely, if noun clause is there in which there will be verb as well, that will also be a group of words, but verb will be found there, so that is called clause. So the definition of noun phrase is that a noun phrase is a group of words that does the work of a noun in the sentence. He has given the example, a young trader. Number 2 example, an honest, fair and just businessman. So the both are the examples of noun phrase. So let's go for the examples on the next page. Number 6, underline the noun phrases in the following sentences. This is an old-fashioned hat. Underline karna hai, an old-fashioned hat. This is noun phrase. Number 2, we discovered Fahad's plans. Fahad's plans is to be underlined because this is noun phrase here. Number 3, a rolling stone gathers no moss. A rolling stone. Stone is noun and a rolling stone, that becomes a phrase. So it is to be underlined. Number 4, the recent flood caused heavy damage. The recent flood, this is called noun phrase here. And the last one, an oral presentation, can be interesting. An oral presentation. An oral presentation, this is noun phrase. And last one for today's lecture, that is past indefinite and past continuous tenses. Look, number 8. Past indefinite, when an action has taken place in past but the time is indefinite. If you don't know, मैंने नमाज पढ़ी, कब पढ़ी? 10 minutes back, 10 days back, 10 years back. It's indefinite, that is why it is past indefinite to be used. And past continuous, when the action is continuously going, then you use past continuous. Now this is very tricky exercise because you'll have to be vigilant when you are putting the form of the verb there. So you'll have to think over it, then you can do it. Number first sentence, I mean, what you do when I call you last night. What you do, आप क्या कर रहे थे जब मैंने आपको कल फोन किया. What were you doing when I called you last night? Number 2, I sit in the cafe when you called me. I was sitting in the cafe when you called me. And number 3, when you arrive at the bus stand, who be there? It's a different sentence. When you arrived at the bus stand, जब आप वहाँ पहुँचे तो वहाँ पे कौन था? Who was there? Number 4, Shamsa dash watch a film when she heard the noise. Shamsa was watching a film when she heard the noise. Number 5, we play tennis when Javed hurt his ankle. We were playing tennis when Javed hurt his ankle. Hurt, and hurt, all the forms are the same. So hurt will be the second form here. So punctuation, although it's not coming in your paper, so no need to go for it because already this video has gone too longer. So let's jump towards the last one. Before saying goodbye, this is the second video on the same chapter of chapter number 1. But I am sure you must have got it, and although quickly I have tried to cover it, but also it has taken a lot of time. But before closing, I must suggest, better please be serious in your studies and have an eye upon your future. I am sure that you are the future of this country, and your shining eyes, these are always telling me that the future of Pakistan, that is very shining. And also I wish best of luck to you, and goodbye. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.